Hi guys, my name is Tim Holst. I'm the president and the former vice president of health and safety of the Zeta Phi chapter of Theta Chi fraternity here at San Luis Obispo.
I'm Gabe Ramirez. I'm the current vice president of health and safety.
And I'm Chad Richmond, the social chair.
The reason that we're making this video, and hopefully a couple more after this, is to help your Vice President of Health and Safety to continue what we started last year. A lot of guys went back with a really difficult message and struggled to convey that to their chapters. And so what we want to do is to help reconvey that message in a way that I was taught, in the way that I taught my chapter, so that we can all get the full benefit of not only being a member of Theta Chi, but also understanding sacred purpose and what it means. So I'm going to ask you guys, I was talking with Chad earlier, and he said, well, why don't we open with what is the definition of sacred purpose? Like, what is National strictly define it as? And I said there really isn't one. And that's what we're going to talk about right now is what is sacred purpose? Because it's two words that are part of our creed, but standalone don't seem to really have a good definition. And so we want to talk to you about that so you can find your own definition of sacred purpose and what it means to you. So, Gabe, what does sacred purpose mean to you?
So, to me, sacred purpose is the embodiment of the helping hand. It is, being there for whatever, a brother may need. Whether that be, a shoulder to cry on or just, talking them through like a shitty day. That's kind of what I've taken sacred purpose to be. And I think that's kind of what our chapter has kind of embraced about it. Because when we do the open forums at the meeting where anyone's allowed to come up and say anything, that's a brother telling, the entire chapter something that's, on their mind or bugging them or something they're struggling with. And I know as men, we don't like to talk about things going on, but if we're trying to be, mentally healthy, we have to start talking about things. And I think that's at least that's what I get from sacred purpose.
Chad, what does sacred purpose mean to you?
Sacred purpose definitely is the unspoken umbrella, I think, that is just the key element and conjoining factor of what it means to be in Theta Chi, especially, our chapter here, the chapter that I joined. It's a bond that we all share. It's something that, as I started to come to this fraternity and start to meet people, it's something that I picked it up very fast. It just kind of radiated from member to member. It was something that I noticed. I remember when I accepted my bid, it was the feeling I felt that said, I need to know what it's like to be embraced as a brother by these men here standing before me. It was intimidating. It was exciting. It was very, emotional in many ways for me. The entire experience was. And I think it's just a combination of all the factors, the pillars of our fraternity, brotherhood especially here, and how you put those all together in one word, I think, could just be the sacred purpose. I don't see myself being in any organization, or I don't see myself putting in the time and the effort, the joy, the passion, and receiving the compassion and the love from my chapter members like sacred purpose can, that's the only word I can use to describe that. It's something that will live on through me, through others. It's something that I hope to pass on to other people joining the fraternity, and that I can come back later on in my life, eventually when I'm an alumni and see the sacred purpose in action and what it means to other people. And that's personally what it means to me.
Do you remember your first chapter meeting after you were initiated?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. Scary, walking into room of. At the time, it was hard for me to think that I had come so far. All through our pledging process, I was never looked at as lesser. I was held to the same level of respect. I held all you guys to the same level of respect, and it was just. It was like seeing the sun rise for the first time. I felt at home. Was finally embraced by my family members, and it was just like I couldn't describe it. I was just absolutely speechless. I love all you guys, and it was just certainly the feeling I felt. Kind of a little scared too.
Gabe, do you remember his first chapter meeting?
Yeah, that was probably one of the most terrifying moments of my life, and it was hard to follow because Casey, did his first chapter meeting, right? You're not saying my first chapter.
No, his first chapter meeting. That was a pretty pretty emotional experience for a lot of us.
And I feel like that's what kind of like blew the doors off, blew the doors off the hinge of like Sacred Purpose and like VPHS in general. Like that's what kind of the position. I don't know if that's what the position was made for, what it was intended for. But that's kind of what we took it as, and that was the boom. Like we, opening up our mind, like just opening up to the chapter, and telling people like your, deepest personal like kind of like things that you don't tell people in general. It was terrifying, but immediately after I stood up there and I gave my I told the chapter, it was such relief, and just the way everyone handled it, I don't think I could have imagined a better reaction. It was crazy, and I still think it was crazy that was your first meeting, and you guys must have just been like, what the shit, like it got deep really, really quick. So
are you willing to tell the camera?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say
yeah,
it.
I'm gay,
but,
and I had to come out to the chapter to these guys on their first meeting, and it was terrifying. That was when Tim was VPHS at the time, and he was talking me through it, and he was like, I think it'd be a really good example if their first meeting, just kind of open the door, set the stage for the rest of their kind of life in Theta Chi. And I was sitting there, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And then it just hit me. I was like, I have to. I have to go up. I need to say it. It's who I am, or it's part of who I am, and I feel ashamed that my brothers don't know that that about me. And it's just been, like I said, the reaction was great. And if it wasn't for VPHS, and if it wasn't for this open forum that we do at the meetings, I don't think I would have ever told you guys. I really don't. There just wasn't, a way to come out and just tell everyone. And I think that's what kind of inspired me to be VPHS, and I think that's an essential part of it, and definitely relating to Sacred Purpose as well.
But I definitely remember that meeting, because I knew a lot of things were happening, but I didn't really know that a lot of guys were going to talk to the chapter at one time. And I remember Gabe looking at me with this face that I feel like describes so much of what guys our age feel. And it's like this, I have something really big going on. There is this huge part of my life, whether, it could do with anything. But he had this look on his face like, I have this huge thing and I really want to tell people, and I need people there to support me. And I want people there to support me. And I want those people, right now I want those people to be my brothers. And to see him come back after telling everybody, and after talking with everyone, and after having that place where there was that love there. I mean, that's what Sacred Purpose is to me. It's three things. It's love. It's authenticity. God damn, I forgot the third word. Sacred Purpose really, I think, can be, for me, defined as three words, and that's love, authenticity, and vulnerability. and they really all play off of each other because we use the word brother. Like, I really have tried to stop using frat bro and start using fraternity men because of the way that we see each other. I can tell you that I absolutely love every single person in my chapter because they're authentic with me. When I have something going on and I'm vulnerable enough to talk to them about it, then they're there for me. I can tell that they care for me in a way that I really didn't feel before. I 100% wouldn't be here without my chapter. And I think that it's really that case for a lot more guys than we think. But Sacred Purpose is about taking that hidden authenticity, that hidden love, that hidden vulnerability that maybe we have between a couple of guys, and taking that to the whole chapter and saying you can talk to anybody. That there's, 65 guys here for you to talk to, or 110 guys for you to talk to, or maybe 13 guys for you to talk to. But that there's really people that care about you. Because we're part of a family. We call them brothers. I think that word means a lot more than we normally think. Brothers. That's like your family member. I don't have brothers. I have sisters. Now I have brothers. Now I have new members of my family that I know care about me just as much as I care about them. And I care about them just as much as I care about my sisters, my mother, and my father. These are my brothers. These are guys who are never going to leave my side because they said they wouldn't. And I believe them. And there's that trust that builds off of that. You guys need another question? Or do you want to cap this one?
I don't know. What else do you want to go into?
I want to try and do a couple different videos.
Tonight?
Make them too long.
Yeah.
Tonight? You want to make a couple tonight? Or
No, not tonight. I want to make a couple over time.
Yeah, so I would say define, like, as far as like our definition of sacred purpose would be sufficient for now, and if you were to post this,
Yeah.
get feedback, see if people have their own questions, say, you know what, hey guys, we made this video, it's kind of a preliminary video, we'd like to build off of this, and if you guys have any thoughts or suggestions or questions that you would like us to answer or to share our chapter view, we're more than welcome to do that. Because I think it's very interesting to see what other chapters think. It's really awesome to take that. That's the beauty of a brotherhood. These letters across the country represent more than just the brotherhood that we have here between ourselves. I'm so excited. We have the mid-year leadership conference coming up. We leave tomorrow.
I'm so stoked.
And
It's going to be good.
I'm like,
It's gonna be real good.
to meet bros all across, and it's only the Western region really going to this one, and just, see what it means to them. Connect with them on that level. I mean, how amazing it is. I mean, it's something so much more than myself. And it's like awesome. It's such a growing experience to be able to build off of that. I think we can learn that from other people's suggestions. Going to MYLC, seeing what other people say, talking to them.
Yeah, we can.
Posting this video and having people respond to it.
Yeah, we want to learn from you. We want you to learn from us. I'm not the person to brag, but I'm very proud of what we've been able to achieve. And I want to know what you guys have been able to achieve, or maybe where you guys have faltered and where you've struggled. When I first started doing Sacred Purpose, I 100% thought that it was a risk management PR move by Nationals. And I posted a video a while ago that I think some of you have seen, but I talked about my history with depression in front of a lot of people, and I sent that to Sean Bennett, and then Sean sent that out to the VPHSs and the health and safety advisors, and within 2 days of me sending him this video, I got an email from Dick Elder, and I got an email from Mike Mayer, and this is what changed my mind, is that they didn't say, like, good job, glad to see you were spreading the word. It was, wow, I'm really proud to see what you've done. I can really tell that you understand what we're going for here. And I think that it's amazing that you had the courage as a Theta Chi to do that. And that we're here for you, not only as a person, but as a whole chapter. And that kind of told me that it's really about caring. And it's not just about caring for these guys or the other guys in my chapter, but the guys in your chapter and the alumni and the brothers that haven't even thought about joining a fraternity yet. And it's about caring for them and caring for one another, and that's sacred purpose is huge, and it can be huge, but we have to want to make it that way. So we'd love to hear from you guys what you think, because this is what we think, and we want to post more videos. We want to keep talking. We want to keep the conversation going, because sometimes conversations need a little bit of push. And so we're here to push.
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
See you around.